The champions. No, wait. Do. No, wait. I don't even know the Conference League song. Well, yes, people, we are here again with Everton. Göteborg, the first game of our Europa Conference League journey, which is actually still a month away. We've got a cup competition, maybe a run for that, and then Tottenham, Southampton, and Chelsea. Games do not start here easy for Everton, as if you haven't seen the last episode, 3 games, 1 win, 1 draw, 1 loss, 3 scored, 3 conceded. We've got Brentford at top of the league, playing Coventry next. They could be on a huge run, and spoiler alerts for our signings in international duty. I was saying we potentially need a new fullback, but our fullback's actually playing for the country. As you can see, Gomez. He was one of the players we signed, same as Lorenzo Luca, a David Moyes sculpted striker, and then Brasco was signed very late into the window because James Tarkowski is going down, and we changed old Tim Eregbudum to a centre-back. Shouldn't call him old because he's only 23, our Tim, and if you like the kit, of course, I did mention in the last video, the sponsor is Chunk Fudge. Sponsoring these videos, and if you do want to buy any, link is in the description, please click it through that. You'd be helping this channel out, and the first game is Chelsea. In 7th, as have our fixtures been released? Right, these are the games we're playing. The hardest is Shakhtar. Panathinaikos at home. That'll be an interesting one. Riza says, nice. Ralph says, that's good. And you know who it's going to be good for? The youth we've actually got at this squad in Bouquet, Burns, he's training to be on the right-hand side. Hilal, Rutherford, Antony, Cummings. Asnu is as good as new. Pardon the pun, because he's not played a minute. And same with Martin Sharif. I am tempted to put the scout out again, despite already having our own youth. I'll recall Schofield and Leonard, see what they can go and find us. As we played Chelsea in the last episode, as you can see, I'm stepping it towards Ultimate. I'm going between Ultimate and Legendary. Difficulty, as there we go. We've suffered another loss. Byron Gitton's got both the goals. I saw some good results elsewhere. Now, Southampton we might have to play. It is Tyler Dibling's old club, with changes to Boubacar, a change to the wing Jack Burns, getting ready to potentially play in the Conference League, because with the fixtures we've got and Göteborg up first, them two could actually get themselves in the first team. With our first team at home here to a very decently started Southampton back at this level. Middle of the league form and doing well. Nowhere near relegation. That is a foul on Tom Fellows. Right. We're at the hill, Dicky. A very early free kick as Mikolenko tricked in the wall. Finazaz, top bins galore. I kind of knew that was going in. Right, that's 1-0 down at home in 4 minutes. I doubt we're even 4 minutes into this episode here. Come on, we've got to mount a comeback. It's the usual boys starting this game. The ones you should know. I've started the same team. I think every Premier League game, apart from Luca, came in for Manchester City. And, of course, Tarkowski, Southampton. They've got a very high-pressing game. We need to escape that right here. João Gomez, there's the leveller. One of the new signings. And that is the mark of a player with some good brain. Running to get the ball. I love his mentality. A mentality monster next to Joe Garner. The midfield looking decent. Of course, Brasco not making his debut yet. And Downs given freedom. I think pulling his hamstring in that shot as well. Really didn't look decent. He says at the top corner, an injury. Harwood Bellis, that's across the box. And Harwood Bellis, a player I could have signed. I never thought about him. Is kind of Everton coded with us losing the ball into Snesna. That's around the corner. Finazaz down low. Southampton are taking the game to us. 1 apiece at half-time. And with the early form of this season, winning away at Villa Park, I thought we'd actually be up for this a little bit more. Dewsbury Hall goes for that cheap chip, which Cummings did very well last season, who simply has to come onto this field today. Tierno Barry with a spin in there, into Tyler Dibling against his former club. He isn't going to celebrate. Oh, sorry, he does. I think that's really cheeky of the young man. I can't believe I'm actually older than him as well. I am now 22, he is 20. That's obscene. Wellington, I think, has come on for them. We're resting some players like Ilman and Dye because, yes, the Conference League's far away, but I'm still thinking about that a bit. We have come back in this game as Lorenzo Lucha put that across. Does put it across the deck, and Tyler Dibling's got a brace. It could be the Diblin season, celebrating this time in front of their fans and with a funky celebration. David Moyes very happy, and that's a brilliant assist by the big man Lorenzo Lucia. A goal from a man I gave a chance, a goal from a man I literally just signed, and a goal for the team is to try and get past Charlton. I'm going to rotate this up. Preserve some fitness. Dwight McNeil starts. Lucha. Brasco's debut. Just don't embarrass us. I know our focus is kind of on elsewhere competitions like the Premier League and the Conference. A 2-1 win. And Brasco actually with a debut goal. It says he's made 2 appearances. I don't remember subbing him on. And with Dwight McNeil having a 13 million evaluation and getting a goal for himself, he is going to sign up a 1-year deal just in case we need to make some money on him in the future. Good business. Still plenty of money. I think he only took like a £2,000 increase with a travel slip-up. An issue with some transport, significant delay. Potentially the reason why we haven't beat Spurs, should be beating them. Gomez with another goal. And that leads us on to Göteborg. Definitely a played game where we've got to make decisions on who plays based on their starting 11. I only see a few 70 rated should put some goals in. And this is a chance for some youngsters to play. Look how tired the starting 11 is. Right, Gomez definitely gets a rest. Burns doesn't like starting. So you know what? I won't start him. Anthony and Ube on either wing. We've got Cummings in the midfield. O'Brien's going to be fairly stretched. Leading me definitely going to this academy because we need to send scouts out to get players in a replacement for him. I'm going for a Mexican right back. Then I might go with Wales. Just as a random shout, there's no right backs currently already in the academy. And I don't think I've said this on this rebuild already, but if you do have suggestions for where to scout, leave them in the comments below, and I'll send a scout to them. Never get to see these graphics, of course, only playing the Champions League finales on the main channel with the big saves. Here we go. We start in third. Get in. We're going to get to see a lot of different clubs in this competition, get to see these different graphics, get to see Dwight McNeil more. We've given him a contract and he's just messed up almost immediately with O'Brien. Yes, I don't want to sprint with him. Obviously getting us off to an attack right here and being very fatigued as Dwight McNeil. That's 2 mistakes in the space of 4 minutes. Cut it out, please. I don't want any more of that. As hang about, why is no one tracking? The number 9 of Göteborg getting a big chance to actually take the lead with Alium running round the corner. Running is actually in a bit of a circle. We do have youth players in this starting 11. We can't forget that. They are a bit rash, unsharp and everything as Alium. Michael Keane gets the ball away. Mark Travers, jeez. Really under pressure, but now we can pass it out a little. Nothing to threaten the hosts yet. Is it the hosts? Or is this the Hill Dicky? If it's the Hill Dicky, I'm rather disappointed that we actually haven't got a goal here. I think it is. And Tony, though, that's a real unconventional ball into the other winger, trying to make his debut. Gotta be said, embarrassing half. 0-0 in the Conference League. We've got some very decent players on the bench, but I don't want to have to rely upon them as Brasco. There we go. Anthony, he's got the gap, he's found it! Oh, and that should have been 1-0 to the Toffees. I've got to say as well, I love the Conference League badge on the side of the kit in this one here as Moise Keane. Well, not Moise Keane, that's an ex-Everton player. It is Michael Keane onto Ube. We've been bloody awful. Illumin dies on the bench. I don't want to have to stretch him on. That's a terrible tackle. That's going to be Taki into the book. A few changes made. Youth for youth. Dwight McNeil goes onto the left. However, Hilal stole the ball forward. Lorenzo Luca around the corner to Hilal. One of the youth players. The number 14 with his shirt tucked in. Tucks it in the bottom corner. Everton should win late on in the Conference League. Brilliant job just round the corner, and when we needed it most, one of our youth players steps up. Well, in Misra, looks like the game's actually granted him a +1 for that goal, and should have granted us a great start to the Conference League, as in the league, Tyler Diblin, then Gomez, then Dwight McNeil are our top scorers. Illiman and Dye likes his assists, and Everton host Manchester United. David Moyes derby, and loads of players are scratching to get back in this squad, as it does seem that was a very pivotal game for a lot of ratings, like Diblin, Dewsbury Hall's gone up, Gomez gone up, and they didn't even feature. Just one of them times in the season, I guess. So yeah, we're going to go into Man United with a simulation because I know there's bigger games to actually play. And I'm not just talking Conference League. Bloody Johnny Bruno. He sinks the Toffees, as there's our most important game away at Anfield. However, before we go into it, I mean, Tim is injured. Don't like an injury. 4 weeks, a long one as well for the 23-year-old trusted player. But if there is anyone who likes his fixture, I think it is James Tarkowski. Oh, and they've put us in the away kit. They don't want an Everton derby with it being blue against red. They want yellow against red. Maybe a bit of mind games, but we'll try and start off with the attacking mindset. We are kind of middle of the road, middle of the table with the Conference League focus. That's a terrible chip. Straight onto Alexander Isak. With this point of the save, Liverpool players actually getting better. I hate to say it. Mohamed Salah's still in there. Isak, I don't know about Ekitike, but Florian Wirtz. Onto Salah again. Keep on tracking Mohamed Salah and Wirtz. Don't let him score. Isak, the edge of the box, the big Swede. Into Salah. Why can we not get an actual tackle in here? I'm playing... Oh my days, I'm playing terribly. There we go, Jared Branthwaite. That's good to intercept the ball. And Dewsbury Hall. He's been dragged, referee. Please, just keep the ball, Kiernan. Maybe could go for a shot right here. No pressure on him. But he drills it out into Iliman Ndiaye, who's got a lot of assists. Tieno Barry. Tieno, that was just a tap-in. That should have been 1-0 in the derby, but still, we are almost at half-time. Jeez, this has gone quick. Tyler Diblin, he goes back into Garner. O'Brien, let's stay down this side. Tyler Diblin just strikes me as someone who potentially could have signed for Liverpool, if this was realistic more. Realistic in the fact that Liverpool usually sign from Southampton, as that's half-time. And now it's Everton that signs from Southampton. Anyway, back on with the second half. No branching out and going on tangents as Iliman Ndiaye working with Tieno Barry very closely. Tieno Barry needs to run on here, needs some support. Iliman Ndiaye around the corner. He's going to feed it into the box. That's where Luca maybe have got a header, but Ndiaye into Gomez. Gomez, he could have been the next Fabinho. I don't know why I'm imagining a lot of our players actually as Liverpool ones. They're very slow in their build-up. I can't believe it's the last 10 minutes already in this fixture. It's like it's literally flown by, with that potentially being the worst derby day I've actually experienced in playing career mode ever. Anyway, on to Rakow. We are back into the Conference League. There's Hilal just getting his reward. Or Antony for the last game. I'll take a draw with Liverpool, and yes, it's still a chance for the youngsters. Approached by Sheffield United. I'm guessing for a loan. Vasily, the first name. And I think just off that goal alone last time, he has to start as this team I'm still keeping kind of strong. More defensive structure for a top team in Poland, as I was rather shocked with how bad we did against Gothenburg. And we just get the win thanks to Gomez. McNeil with another goal as we're beaten by Bournemouth in the game afterwards. Oh dear, and some dodgy food before our next cup game. We've already got a thin squad. It is Mirza Hilal. Dwight McNeil suffered from it as well. And Timo Rogbenham still got that normal injury. It sees us get beat because we even had rotational players out. We're out the Carabao Cup. And Arsenal demolishes Gyökeres with a hat-trick, as we've got our most vital game in the Conference League, Shakhtar. I don't think we can afford to play because these 3 home games are crucial, or the 2 home games, and then West Ham away, Moyes' ex-team, which I was planning on simulating all of. Crystal Palace away we're going to play, then we'll move on to, well, next episode will be January. Want to make a signing, and then February. Hopefully we're going further in the Conference League, but we've still got to perform in it, as look how tired some of the lads are, including O'Brien, who we don't have a backup right back. Shocking for him. We're going to have to keep on pushing, and genuinely, this team is horrendous. I don't think I've ever seen an injury crisis like this one we're having here at Everton. As Tierney Barry, this is brilliant. In a time of need, I'm gonna have to still approve it. I don't want to fall out with him, but he definitely might find himself on the bench, letting us down. However, we beat Shakhtar. Ndiaye, Antony, and Ndiaye again. The team carrier, the highest overall, now joint top scorer. However, has to do it in the Premier League, as 10 games in, we've only picked up 9 points. With some key players not even fit yet. Branthwaite, O'Brien, Dibbling. Barry's been out on his travels. We've got Dwight McNeil, who can come in onto the right. Garner filling in at right back, but right is who scores 2. Deep trouble, but Timmy's back and Jordan Pickford was another tired player from that food poisoning. But West Ham have beaten us 3-1. Ham can draw with us, and we did kind of have a almost fully strengthened squad. With our final simulation, I counted out the games. I wanted to make sure I got through this rotten month before playing another game, but in the rotten month we lose all 3. Where I thought points were almost secure. A 2-0 loss, 2 3-1s, terrible run of form, but now we have Crystal Palace and then Brentford. With the month, the best team on paper we play being Newcastle at St James's Park. Right, we need to get some results, or else we could be in the relegation zone, which we are very much just above on goal difference by 3 goals. The Conference League and our minimal players we do have is screwing the Toffees over. Asnu now as a right back, Michael Keane, a player I wanted to run down his deal, but at this point we'll be signing another. Torrid stuff as Jack Burns. At least we have another youth player that could join the ranks for the final Conference League games. And Crystal Palace, a club that I adore in real life. I used to say we're run very well, but nowadays it seems a little bit shaky behind the scenes. Hence why I wanted to focus on playing them. I think this is a game to get a result in and really propel us up the table. As Adam Wharton, they'll have some quality players of their own. Ronald Araujo. Steve Parish actually spending money? Are you kidding me? João Gomez. Tired team. Come on, Xisco Munoz. Oh, we've got a tackle in there, or it's not Xisco, that's the old manager. And Dye, he's been carrying the team with 5 goals. Can he get a bit of play going here? It's Lucha up front as Dewsbury Hall into Dwight McNeil, who scored some goals. Good start, Everton. Good start. Just need to carry it on right near. Not another boring game. Luca almost putting a bad tackle in. I feel like it's only been a second that half. The last game we played, which was Liverpool, it flew by like this one, and at this rate, losing this game or actually getting a draw, it flew by, and at this rate, getting a draw after the game flying by wouldn't be bad. Oyarzabal as well in their team. Crystal Palace really spending. Jared Branthwaite, he's got a bit of fitness and it's showing. Releasing and Dye, having a battle with Ronald Araujo. Iliman and Dye, fizzes it in, and if Lucha was just in the middle a bit more, that would have been a fantastic ball. I'm trusting Lucha despite the fitness of Tieno Barry being down, because Tieno Barry went on the absence of leave when we really couldn't afford him to, so he's got to play his way back in the squad. Gomez waiting for the run there of Iliman and Dye. It didn't actually come. Jürgen Strand Larsen replaced by this man Oyarzabal. I can't believe the signings they've made. Yeremy Pino across the box. Very fatigued legs keeping him on side. This half's livened up and not for the better there. That was a big chance, another big chance. Ronald Araujo, man. We've got a 68 rated right back. We've got Dewsbury Hall on the wing here. Basically with Dwight McNeil playing in each other's positions. Fatigued running from everyone. Apart from Crystal Palace and Munoz. That's it into Brennan Johnson. Brennan Johnson accelerates. Munoz onto Adam Wharton. He's going to get a shot off here. 10 minutes of the game left. This could be Everton in the relegation zone. Relegation zone whilst in Europe. Are we Tottenham? I've just realised I'm wearing a Tottenham kit as well whilst I say that. Horrific timing. With horrific timing to concede the goal, we need to get back into this one. Lucha through the middle. Dwight McNeil missed a chance in the first half. I thought he'd overrun it. Very vital goal. Don't know why you need sliding. Get that ball back to the semicircle. After the month we've had, has added time after such a disappointing first half. This second one is coming to light in the dying embers of the game in favour of Crystal Palace. Gardner tries to take Will Hughes out. Their passing is good. Yeremy Pino, it slid into Adaramola. I'm sliding to block every passing lane. Here is Adaramola. He's going backwards. The 100th minute. Back no, clears it up. And that's the final whistle. A draw could place Everton in the relegation zone. 19th. Okay. Brentford are in 4th. I'm going to risk the sim because then I want to sim the game after, and we should have recovering injuries or recovering fitness. But look at that. I'm going to have to simulate this game right here. I've got nobody else to turn to. A result with that fatigued team. Okay, I'm going to fully take that. I think that should have us out of 19th that I saw we were in. with Panathinaikos next, the Conference League still going strong. Although genuinely, look at the team we're having to field. No other choice than this one for a European game. They're going to be travelling as well. Time zone differences. Our lads will be absolutely knackered. Please get us a result. I don't believe it. 2-1. Get us out of Greece with a Greekman scoring and get us towards January.